POC Network here at CES 2022 at the Z-Wave Alliance booth, and this is Aeotec, a very familiar name, and this is Colin with Aeotec. There's been some new changes at the company, obviously over the last couple of years. One of the most exciting changes is the fact that you've taken on as the official, pretty much the only developer of SmartThings hubs.
That is correct, yes. It's been an exciting and a little bit of a bumpy road because it just coincided with all of these supply chain and logistics issues. So a little bit of a challenge there with demand because obviously SmartThings has always been a very, very popular platform. Still remains to be one of the most popular platforms that are out there. But yes, we actually now produce the hardware for SmartThings. Samsung still runs the platform, which continues to grow and continue to be even more and more flexible. So we're really proud to be part of that partnership and excited to have this new product line.
Yeah, it's a totally interesting direction that Samsung took, with the SmartThings platform. But I can definitely see why they chose Aeotec.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you've been around forever in the smart home community, and you have such a solid grasp of Z-Wave and everything else.
Well, we like to think that, but of course we always find every day that there are people that are still unfamiliar with the brand and with what we do and bring to the table. But yes, you're right. We have been around for over 14 years in the Z-Wave space. We are on multiple iterations of our products, but we still like to lead and be innovative in terms of both our industrial design as well as the capabilities, not just what's on the outside of the product, but what's on the inside as well. And that firmware is what really, I think, separates Aeotec apart from, quite frankly, a lot of the other competitors that have come onto the scene throughout the last years. But we're really excited to showcase some of our latest and greatest, as you mentioned, and then some of the fan favorite legacies which we haven't done anything with, such as home energy monitoring, heavy-duty smart switch. These are some of the products, and now even more relevant than ever, with the home energy monitoring and the ability to track and see usage and get real-time data about what's going on, either at the macro level for the entire home, or like at the micro level to individual specific devices. So like the new Smart Switch 7, for example, is just a very easy plug-in device, still does energy monitoring, different form factor than our Smart Switch 6, so you can actually get 2-on-1, or you don't lose the other plug on that outlet as easily because our form factor on the old Smart Switch 6 was a little bit more square in shape. So update there. We have a new indoor Siren, which is Siren 7, which is not yet available in the market, but is coming soon. This is the #1 seller, of course, in all time because this helps every Z-Wave network.
I actually have a few of these myself.
Almost everybody does, right? Because every home is unique, and while Z-Wave is great for building mesh networks, sometimes you do run into a spot because of a room is in a different configuration or somewhere you have an access point or a peripheral that isn't quite, reaching that hub well. So the Range Extender 7 is just our latest generation. The Range Extender amplifies that hub's signal and builds that mesh network more tightly. So, of course, #1 seller and continues to be the case. Our new line of in-wall dimmer switches, people may be familiar with the way that we used to do our switch, which was actually take off your old switch, wire it here, but now we've actually gone with the US-Canadian version switches, which you can just take out your old switch, hardwire these in. Wall Mode 7, as you mentioned, we have the old version Wall Mode. Wall Mode 7 is fun. We did a form factor similar to creating like a dummy light switch. You can stick this anywhere, but it's also remote control. So you can remove it and then control devices by programming it here. We already touched on Multi-Sensor 7. Of course, it has the 700 series chip inside. So that means it has S2 and Smart Start, along with all of the great features that Multi-Sensor 6 had, which again, fan favorites will know this is like the #1 sensor on the market because it works well and it does so many things. It's
Absolutely.
very, very versatile. This is a great little guy. This is an we call it AirQ. It's a temperature and humidity sensor.
Yeah, that's new.
Very, very small form factor, but it has one additional little thing that's pretty cool in it. It has a dew point indicator in it, which what that will actually help with is to alert you to mold building environment. So the whole thing about mold mitigation is you want to get in front of mold before it actually forms, because once it forms, it's almost too late. But if you can identify the right conditions for when mold will form, you can mitigate it. You can turn on a fan, you can turn on a dehumidifier, whatever the case might be. And that actually has that built into it. Door window sensor and water sensor 7 both have a basic and a pro version. The pro version has some inbuilt capabilities such as temperature and humidity sensor inside of it. Whereas the basic version just is, like a one-trick pony. It's only going to detect water, and in the case of door window sensor, will only detect an open close for the basic version.
Okay.
So yeah, that's an overview of some of the new stuff we've got going on.
That's perfect. You got nice the button up there, but this is definitely interesting. This is new. I haven't seen this before.
It is new. It actually we've had that for over a year now, but
Okay.
of course because CES was canceled last year, we weren't really showcasing it. So we had a version of it what was coming to CES ago, but now it's actually it's now out in the market.
Well, that's perfect. So if you
and our outdoor switch,
Oh,
it's like
there you go.
it fell off to let me know you didn't talk
Oh,
about
you
me.
forgot
This is
about me.
Also 700 series and new outdoor switch as well.
Perfect. So it's cool. So if you have a dehumidifier or any of the devices that are also part of your Z-Wave environment, you can integrate that with this, so that way you can help mitigate any of that automatically, so you don't even have to worry about that.
That's right, exactly the point. Or, tie it to a bathroom fan, right? So the bathroom fan kicks on. By wiring a Z-Wave switch to your bathroom fan, you get the mold detection, or you get that alert that this is a certain circumstance that you need to turn that fan on. Sends a signal back to your hub sends a signal to the switch turns the fan on. All this can happen and you don't even have to be home. So that's, of course, this is the beauty of smart home, right?
That's
this
the whole
is why
point.
we do it. Yeah.
Absolutely. What's the point if it's not going to be smart?
That's right. That's
exactly.
right.
So everything here, it's available now or coming soon?
Everything is available or coming soon. For the most part, with the exception of Siren 7, this is not available now, but we expect to have this available probably Q2,
Okay.
Based on the current lead times that we're seeing. Wall Mode 7 and Outdoor Smart Plug will be out this quarter, but everything else is available now.
Okay. I myself might have to be looking into the Siren. That's one thing I don't have in my set. No, actually, I don't have one of these either. So there's always something. There's always some kind of new toy to add to your smart home environment. And you think, I'm done. This is automated. It's good. I have nothing else to worry about. Somebody else rolls something out, like
And
this nice camera. You know,
all
like,
the ones
I don't have one of
All
these.
the ones I didn't talk about are the things that are falling off the wall and telling me think about
That's
it.
perfect.
So this actually is integrated into the smart home hub. So this just pops on. It's a 360 tilt camera. The cool thing about this is it actually has a ceiling mount, so you can mount it to your ceiling and invert it and get whole room view of what's going on. And if you have the smart home hub, like I said, it just pairs beautifully to that, loaded right on your dashboard, and you get all sorts of detections, including motion and sound detection from it as well.
I'm assuming 1080p?
Yes, and in fact, this has I'll even say probably hypersensitive IR capabilities. So night vision on this thing is out of this world. I actually have mine in my garage, because my garage in Chicago is separate from the house, so it's nice to monitor that and see what's happening inside of the garage. And it will actually pick up at night the bicycle reflectors and show them as if it's fascinating. Like the IR just bounces off of those. So it's got very, very good night vision as well.
That's good. That's important.
It is.
Perfect. Okay, so for more information about all of this, obviously go to Aeotec's website.
Aeotec.com.
It really wants attention.
It really wants attention.
He's by me.
That's
So
right.
if you want to buy this camera, because obviously it's looking for a good home, go to Aeotec's website. And of course, Aeotec is sold everywhere. It's Amazon, the Smartest Home, I think has Aeotec hardware as well.
It is. There's a couple outlets in particular, Z-Wave products, home controls, smartmatters.co, as well as Amazon. That's right.
So check them out. Go online, and if you are looking to upgrade any part of your smart home environment, Aeotec pretty much has everything. So it's a one-stop shop for many different things. So go check them out. We'll also have some links in the description to make it easy to find them. And Colin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been
Appreciate
a
you
pleasure.
stopping by. Enjoy the show.
If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest, and or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it. You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.